Hey guys, welcome to PneumaNet Games. The very first thing that we're going to be doing for this channel is due to some problems that we had recording some earlier games. Specifically, we were doing a two-person recording of Who's Your Daddy, and which is a fantastic game, very entertaining to watch, very entertaining to play. However, we had some issues with the video and the audio from the recording. So one of the files the video didn't record, and the other file the audio was really messed up. So instead, until we get a chance to sit down and do another gaming session between the two of us, I'm going to start a solo play through The Political Machine 2016. Now, this game seems rather relevant, given the current time and how we are actually in the year of 2016, closely approaching the elections, and the podcast that we recently did dealing with some US political issues, kind of focusing on Trump a little bit. And I'll link that podcast. It's on the main channel. I'll link that in the description below if you want to take a look at that. But let's get right into this, shall we? So we're going to start a new game. And we'll keep the game length short. Yeah, all that looks good. I mean, I've never played this game before. So we'll definitely do a more intense, longer type of gameplay if you guys would prefer that, but I'm not going to randomize or disable anything. I'm going to leave everything as default settings. Alright? So now we get into the selection of candidates. Let's see. Well, I mean, we've got some of the major ones. We've got Bernie, we've got Hillary, Trump's been fairly prominent at the moment. There's Ted. A little bit of a mess there, as always. We've got some other interesting messes, like Nancy Pelosi. We have Michelle, actually, for a potential presidential candidate, which is interesting. Never really thought of her as a potential candidate. We've got Clinton. That bobblehead of Clinton is just fantastic. Just a massive fucking chin on him. Just given the recent topics, I think that we're gonna go with Trump, just to kind of play it out that way. Oh, and we get to select an opponent as well. Let's see here. I kind of want to see Trump against Bill. That seems like kind of an interesting thing. So we'll be playing Trump, and we'll be facing off against Bill Clinton. Already in this face-off, I'm already in the mindset that I'm hoping that I'm not going to win. But bearing in mind this is just a game, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to winning. So, let's see. Just kind of scrolling through this sort of information. So we can move our candidate. We get visuals of states leaning our direction, states leaning the opposite direction. Awareness, stances, things like funding, things like that. So fundraising increases our cash but lowers our stamina. I mean, I guess we don't really need to do much fundraising, do we? Given that we've already been given a small loan of $5 million. But I think what we should probably do is we should build a headquarters probably somewhere central. So let's move to Iowa, it's pretty central, and we'll build a headquarters. Let's see, I assume, well, I mean, we have the opportunity, so I'm going to build a consulting office right off the bat. Spend $250,000 on that. Brings our total back down to 4.725 million. And we have so Iowa is always a very split state, depending on the region, but overall it's fairly evened out. It's interesting because it gives us our vote statistics, our awareness statistics, and our state wealth statistics. Which is kind of nice. I mean, do we actually... Can we move around as much as we want? Like, I'm actually a little bit confused about this. I suppose what I could do is I'll start creating some ads. And just because we're Trump, let's make some smear ads. Let's see. Trump is pretty against most social conventions, so we'll mark as I oppose. Actually, you know what? Let's put opponent opposes fighting ISIS. It's because Trump's been very big on that recently, so we'll create an ad for that. Novice Mudslingers, the achievement I unlocked there. Okay, so we're still in week 1 of 21. Okay, so it seems that we do have a certain amount of stamina for each turn that we're utilizing. So what I could potentially do is I can create another ad. Might as well say that we're in favor of farming subsidies as well, and move on to the next turn. See what Bill does. Goes to Florida, naturally. Sets up an office. In Texas, just kind of chilling out, making some kind of money. Just kind of hopping all over the place, isn't he? Which I guess kind of makes sense. And it's my turn again. Perfect. So, first thing we're going to do is, given that we're sitting red, we don't necessarily need to worry about these. What we do need to worry about is kind of trying to push influence into areas like California and Oregon, Maryland, Rhode Island, those sorts of areas. So I suppose what we should consider doing is going over to Oregon, creating a headquarters, and I guess building an outreach center. You may as well kind of start pushing stuff back in our favor. Build an outreach center here in California as well. It doesn't actually give us much endurance that we have to deal with at all. And I'm actually already out of stamina, so I gotta go to the next turn. So it seems what we can do is there's some stuff up here, so we can, I guess, bring up an awareness map. Alright, so that kind of shows our influence there. The brighter your state, the more valuable it is to win. Alright, so it seems that we should focus our efforts on converting California, because Texas seems pretty solid as it is. New York's not much of an issue for us considering that that's the center. And Florida's going to be one to probably focus on as well. We can kind of work on the other ones later. Coincidentally, the state wealth seems to be lining up almost exactly the same way as the electoral votes, not necessarily surprisingly. And so here we've got kind of a political strategy planning type thing, but let's look at the polling data. So here I'm going to create some ads, and we're going to go with I favor the legalization of marijuana. I'm going to put that in California, create another ad. My opponent opposes the environment, of course, naturally, because, you know, that's obviously something that Clinton would be part of. And of course, all we're doing is we're taking essentially the same road as Trump has been doing throughout his entire campaign. Is just kind of going places, saying what people want to hear, being a little off the wall and edgy, and just hoping that what's effective is effective. So of course, being Trump, he always favors securing the borders. And we got plus 2% for that state, which actually neutralized it pretty well. So you're out of California, which is a big player. And I'm actually out of stamina, so I'm gonna go to the next turn. Okay, that's interesting. So I suppose we should probably head over to Illinois next turn. And of course, Bill is trying to deal with our influence in New York at the moment, which is not terribly surprising, and it's our turn again. So let's head over to Illinois. See what's going on over there. Let's see. Telling great stories about the candidate Donald Trump, a storyteller has joined the political landscape, doubling Trump's charisma rating in whatever state the storyteller is in. Excellent. So we have double charisma in Illinois. I suppose what we probably should do is give a speech. And we'll just put I favor fighting ISIS. That's half of what the fuck he talks about. Granted, he never gets to his points properly. He never does, but nonetheless, he does talk about that quite frequently. And we may as well build an outreach center here as well, while we have the opportunity. And here we have operatives that we can hire as well. Fixers, spin doctors, smear merchants. I feel like Trump would probably hire something along the lines of an intimidator. So that's who we're going to hire. And move on to the next turn. Alright. And it's our turn again. Let's head over to Iowa. And... oh, that's weird. We can't actually hire operatives right here. But we have a consulting office. But... that's not what I expected. Anyway, might as well head down to Texas. So... let's bring Trump down here. Build an outreach center. Not that he probably needs it here. Then we'll give a speech about favoring gun rights. Naturally. It's Texas after all. And we're out of stamina. So we'll move on to the next turn. Alright, so we got a weekly wrap up here. Even though it's week 6, which is interesting. So Clinton has an advertisement saying that he's supporting gay marriage. So ads in South Dakota about... okay. Created a news headquarters, yep, in Texas. Campaign speech. So the election update is I'm taking an early lead. Alright. And here it is again. Candidate Trump takes an early lead. Bolting like a hungry cougar out of the starting gates, Donald Trump has taken an early lead in the polls, leaving opponent Bill Clinton several steps behind. However, experts are quick to urge Trump not to get cocky. Very difficult for him. Don't dismiss Clinton yet, one pundit noted. With both candidates just getting started, it's much too early to predict a winner. At the Trump camp, staff members are thrilled with the early results. Clinton can kiss my Republican butt, one intoxicated staff member exclaimed. It would probably say, if he was intoxicated, let's be honest, it would probably be something more along the lines of, that bastard can kick my white Republican ass. But we'll move on from that. In my eyes, he's already lost. Like I've been saying, you just don't mess with President-to-be Donald Trump. Christ. You have the PR clout. Alright, so we need to win an endorsement. So let's just look at that now. Alright, I mean, let's just... Let's see... Got 11, costs 8. I mean, let's be honest here. We're either gonna be pushing towards the Foreign Policy Committee or something along the lines of Gun Owners Association. We're almost definitely, being Trump, not going to be pushing for the National Association for Women, nor are we going to be looking at something like the Environmentalists Club. We'll be looking something more along the lines of one of these three, the Tea Party movement, the National Gun Owners Association, or the Foreign Policy Committee. Given Trump's ridiculous concepts like building walls and trying to make Mexico pay for them and all that bullshit, I think we'll probably end up moving towards the National Foreign Policy Committee, so we're gonna win that endorsement. Just to make things scarier for fucking everyone. And then I think what we'll do is we will head over to Florida and build another headquarters down here. Thinking, given how our money is reducing pretty heavily in Florida being one of the more wealthy states, we're going to build just a general campaign headquarters down here, which we haven't been doing and we've been kind of neglecting. I haven't really been paying attention to the money costs. I've only really been paying attention to the stamina costs in this game, which might be a mistake. It almost definitely is a mistake. So we have to deal with that. In fact, let's do some fundraising right now. We may as well. So it'll be cash for stamina. So can we change any of this? I mean, I guess we can't. I guess we just have to hit raise funds. Alright, so we got $144,000 from doing that. That's not too bad. And in fact, we can do it again. So we may as well. Let's raise some more funds. 138. So now we're back up to about 3.5 million. But we're out of stamina, so we gotta move on to the next turn. There's another opportunity available in Wisconsin. Alright. I'll bear that in mind. And it's my turn, actually, so let's head up to Wisconsin and see what that opportunity is. The Definer. The Definer has joined teams with Donald Trump, vowing to make sure the candidate's explanation is on message. He'll be sure to decrease Donald Trump's opponent's issue ratings in the state by 5%. So this increases, well, it doesn't necessarily increase our chances with this, but it decreases Clinton's chance of actually being able to take Wisconsin if we were to make pretty much any effort in pushing into Wisconsin, which actually I think we're just going to create an outreach center right here, and build it, and then just move on to some of the more pressing matters in this, which I think I'm actually going to go down here and build an outreach center. I guess we can't build multiple centers, but it looks like that we can actually upgrade our centers, which makes me want to push over here to California and upgrade this center here, if I can. So this increases, I'm not sure if that's minus or if that's just them marking bullets, but let's just say it's marking bullets. So this increases our PR clout by 3 per week in the state, and it gives us state awareness bonus. So even though it's $500,000, given the importance of California, at least within this game, we're definitely going to do that, and we'll move on to the next turn. So it'll be interesting to hear if you guys want me to keep looking at this game, keep playing it. I can do other candidates, I can do longer campaigns, I can get it a little bit more intricate. Bear in mind, this is the first time I've looked at this game, so it's a little bit rocky, and I apologize for that. But I just wanted to try out a new game, and see how it goes. And of course, if you guys are interested, make sure to like the video below, comment on the types of things that you want to see. If you want to see a game similar to this played, if you want to see me play more of this game specifically, let me know. We can do different preset candidates, or we can push in a specific direction on our own, and we can do a long campaign and piece it out in multiple parts, and you guys can tell me what the direction that you want to see the candidate move and see how well that works out. So let me know in the comment section below. And we're going to hire an operative. We'll go through one more round and then I'm going to sign off for this video, guys. So we have the opportunity. Okay, so we can hire an operative here, and we can do another endorsement actually. And I think what we'll end up doing is, I mean, we're Trump. We may as well just fucking go for this Christian Confederation bullshit. The Christian Confederation is organized dedicated to promoting and protecting America's traditional values. Yay. Thanks, Republicans. Yeah. So, -5 on abortion rights, and +10 on religious freedom for our influence in the state. Or that might be overall, actually, given how we're getting those endorsements. And we'll get another operative here as well. You know what? It's Trump. He fucking needs a spin doctor. We're gonna hire a spin doctor. We're gonna give a speech. And of course he favors securing the borders, so we'll give a speech on that. There's no question. And coincidentally, we've essentially taken California. So we're gonna head over to Texas, which, as we saw before, bringing up these electoral vote influences, Texas is either on par or right behind California in terms of significance for those electoral votes. So we're going to start trying to confirm Texas in the same way that we now have California essentially confirmed as voting for us right here. So in Texas, I think we'll give a speech again, and once again we'll talk about securing the borders and give the speech here. So we have +3% influence in Texas. And so that's the end of the turn. I'm just gonna let Bill here take his turn, and while he's doing that, I just want to let you guys know to stay here on this channel, like and subscribe. Definitely check out our other videos if they're posted. If not, we're gonna be trying to push out about 2 videos a week onto this gaming channel if we can manage it. One will probably be posted on Mondays after I have the opportunities to do some recording on the weekends, and the other ones will probably be pushed out sometime around Wednesday or Thursday during the week. This is going to be a little bit of an obscurity in that I will be posting it here on a Monday night, but hopefully you'll join us on this channel at a later time. Don't forget to check out our other channels, PneumaNet, the main channel, which has all of our podcast and vlog stuff on it, and PneumaNet Happy Hour, which will have and does have some videos going over mixing some good cocktails for when you're just chilling with your friends, things like that. Alright, cheers guys, see you later.